Well, it's Halloween, and what respecting At Your Leisure Halloween show wouldn't be complete without some kind of ghost story. Well, that's what we're doing. So I got thinking, what is the most scary place, the most ghost-ridden place we've been this year? And it would be Tombstone, Arizona. Remember when we went down there last spring? Well, we've come back to this place because supposedly the Birdcage Theater is one of the most haunted places in the country. We're going to find out if there's really anything to that story.
This is the hot spot. Every day I have some type of experience with one of the residents here. Anything from full body apparitions to seeing objects move, to being touched, or hearing a disembodied voice.
Tombstone, Arizona. It's more than just a desert town, it's a legend. Founded in 1879, Tombstone was the last of the great frontier boomtowns, thriving for a short time off the bounty of minerals mined from the nearby hills. Crime, death, shootouts, horse thieving, all of it was as common in Tombstone as cell phones are today. Of course, one moment in history came to define the city on Arizona Highway 80. It was the showdown at the OK Corral, where Wyatt, Morgan, and Virgil Earp killed outlaws Billy Clanton and Tom and Frank McLaury.
These are the actual grave sites of the McLaury brothers and one of the Clanton brothers who were gunned down at the OK Corral, the most famous gun battle in history.
That gunfight is actually reenacted every day on the streets of modern Tombstone. With such a storied history, it's no surprise that today there are reports of paranormal activity from one end of town to the other. Most of those ghost stories come from the Birdcage Theater, which was built in 1881 and quickly became the rowdiest place in Tombstone.
Well, the Birdcage was a combination saloon, gambling hall, house of ill repute, and a theater all mixed into one. Out of the 106 saloons that were on Allen Street, the Birdcage was the elite of the red light district.
In fact, the New York Times reported back in 1882 that the Birdcage Theater is the wildest, wickedest night spot between Basin Street and the Barbary Coast. Over 120 bullet holes are still visible throughout the theater to this day. And those aren't the only remnants that you're likely to come across at the Birdcage.
When my great-great-grandfather purchased the place from Charles Cummings, we've always knew that the place was haunted. The problem was back then we couldn't really tell people that, it's haunted, because people would go, ooh, crazy. All kinds of stuff has happened in this building, to be quite honest. Everything from knocks to full body apparitions, smells. Smells are real big on the backstage.
We've had a woman screaming to let her out. She didn't understand. What does she do? And the man replied back, sit back down, it's happening. Which was kind of creepy but cool. The recorder was the only thing here. All of us were gone for the night. And so getting a residual sound is really cool to get.
The Birdcage has also experienced objects moving mysteriously, not just once, but on a consistent basis.
We had the mannequin that kind of represented Wyatt Earp, and he was over in another crib. And every day this cowboy hat would always be, when we opened in the morning, on the table. So the next day, not only is the cowboy hat there, but his bow tie, that safety pin to his shirt, is sitting on top of the cowboy hat, and the safety pin is closed because I had to go put the bow tie back onto his shirt.
These tales have brought ghost hunters from around the world to come and see what evidence they can find of the paranormal. But you don't have to be a professional spook chaser to explore this piece of Western history.
During the day, we offer a self-guided tour, and then at night we do a ghost tour. We have one at 6:30 for 12 and up, and then at 8 o'clock, the adults only. The last 30 minutes on both of the tours, we go lights out.
Whether you're in search of the great beyond or just a look back at the Old West, Tombstone is an excellent destination. Plus, there are ATV trails and plenty of hiking in the area if you want to really get to know Arizona's backcountry. It's truly a blessing that we get to visit places like this into the modern era, even if they are haunted.
As you can see, there's a lot of great real history here in Tombstone, and you got to live it. we're ending it off with this really genuinely old stagecoach that still plies the streets just like it did in Wyatt Earp's age. Yeehaw! Right now it's time for us to take a commercial break. We'll be back with more at your leisure in just a minute.
Hey guys, if you like that video, you're going to want to watch all of our other AYL videos. You're going to want to like it, you're going to want to share it, and you're going to want to subscribe, right? See all the buttons right here? This is what you're going to want to do, right? Click on them, because we have some really cool videos, all kinds of behind the scenes stuff, bloopers of Alicia crashing and stuff.
Why are you going to sell me out like that, Steven?
So you want to click all of these things and subscribe to our channel, because At Your Leisure is awesome, and we'll see you here for more videos.